Only Dads Network. Only Dads Network. Pull up a chair and give us a listen. Dads helping dads. Only Dads Network.
Here we go. My name's Dad. There we go.
Here we go. We're live.
You might not work. It's my first time doing it, so I think we figured it out.
Yeah, first time here too.
So I had you as like a moderator, which means you moderate the text or whatever, but you can't like join this part. So anyway, we worked it out.
All right, perfect. Well, we're live. That's the main thing.
All right. Well, this is our first ever Facebook, Instagram Live, Only Dads Network. I'm Devin Roberts. With us Mike Baisley. How we doing?
Good. You?
Good. So do you want me to play our theme song through YouTube?
Sure, I love it.
I queued it up just for fun, and then we'll edit it afterwards and maybe make it sound better. But just in the spirit of our podcast, let's do it.
Let's do
Only Dads Network.
There we go.
Only Dads Network. Pull up a chair and give us a listen. Dads helping dads. Only Dads Network.
What do you think? Do you like that?
I like it. It's
That's
fun.
actually on our YouTube channel, so I just queued it up that way. I have the sound file somewhere, but yeah. Do you like that song? We haven't really talked about it. You like it?
It's good. I like it. It's catchy. It's short to the sweet. Gets a little beat going. A little head. Yeah.
You talked about maybe someday doing like an Only Dads Network album or something, right? That's kind of one of your long-term plans. So
It definitely is, because again, music plays a lot. Like, it definitely helps through a lot of people's journeys. People that I've been talking to, who've joined the network, who've been reached out to the network. I always say, just go to music. Music's been
good for the
key,
soul,
right?
good for your mind, good for wellness. I mean, Only Dads Network's all about wellness, mental wellness, health in general.
It is.
And, lots of research talking about how music can make you feel better. Just for a variety of reasons, including making you dance and move around, get your body flowing, but also just there's mental side to it as well, just neurological response in your brain. Actually, recently read a little more about. So lots there about music just being good for you, basically.
Well, like even just to put it in perspective, just the other day, I was dropping my girls off to their mom, and Dance Monkey came on. And I'm like, I was like, Dance Monkey, Dance Monkey, Dance Monkey, whoa, and just put me in the insta great mood. And I looked at my kids in the back seat. My youngest, DJ Smell, she was just bobbing her head. The oldest was like just doing her thing, right? But I was like, and because as you know, the last few weeks have been really hard personally, and I won't get into that. But I looked in the back seat. I said, do you know why I really like this song? Because they're like, why? I said, it reminds me of the day when we were in Cuba. That became big right before COVID. I took the girls down to Cuba. It was our first family trip as a single dad. I was able to have my mom and dad and my sister Emily join me, and it was just a great time because they blasted Dance Monkey like 10 times a day. It never got old. The kids were super happy. Now when I hear it once in a blue moon, I'm like, I was like, it just reminds me of the smiles down in Cuba and what a great family trip we all had. And then that sort of made me start thinking too.
Good memories.
Well, then I'm like, man, there's so many other good songs like by Chris Brown. The Three Times.
Right.
About when my boy Drake, Gareth, and Job and I were down in Vegas, and it was just a really good, happy moment that we had that one night. It was a memorable night, and then again, so I actually started putting together a mini album of feel-good songs for me, because if I'm in a bad mindset or rut, hey, you put on those songs, there's always going to be a happy memory linked to those songs, never a bad one. Like You'll Never Walk Alone by Liverpool, Everything Is All Right by Glorious Sons. I can go on and on, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, maybe that's something too we got to let people know is, because I know when we had Matt on, we talked about music and how good it is for the soul, and like you're into DJing and making music, and it's just it's that feel good moment, right? So
no, it's good.
So looking forward to putting together the album.
We have clips of Matt up. We haven't put his full podcast out yet. So that was Matt Claridge. artists that I've worked with over the years in the music scene. Also part of the military, serves in our military currently. Nice guy. So we'll have a full episode of that on YouTube and Spotify as well. So if you haven't checked out the Only Dads Network, we do have a YouTube channel as well as our podcasts are dropped on Spotify. We're on today with the founder, Mike Baisley, co-founder with him, Devin Roberts. So yeah, we would talk a lot about health and wellness. We have a website. We are now a non-profit as well, a registered nonprofit. We'll talk some more about that today. But this is our first ever live, so thanks to anyone that's been joining us. I saw 2 people join us so far, which is great. Kind of advertised it a little bit on our Instagram yesterday, and hopefully we can do this more often. In the past, we've just done the tape podcast. Yeah. So that's someone you know.
No, but hi, thank you for joining.
Network, great, thank you. That's great. So, Mike, for those that are just joining, or anyone that doesn't really know a lot about Only Dads Network, we're kind of assuming they do, but probably people today don't, and that's great. Can we raise a little awareness just about what is Only Dads Network and why maybe you felt it was important to start it? Like I mentioned, we're now a registered nonprofit in Nova Scotia, but what is Only Dads Network? What do they do? And what's kind of the vision or mission behind it? Just give us a Coles Notes version of like what it's all about.
Well, the vision is it's sort of something that's been in the works for a while. To be honest, going back years ago, I was with the sales rep, Christina from Clark's, and we were up at the Moncton Shoe Show, and I was a single dad, and I was just joking around with her, saying like, "Oh, I should do something like to help other single fathers out there because I know how to braid hair really good because." I learned self-taught by using the 3-man weave from basketball, and little tricks like that. And then as life sort of got on, the struggles do come. Being a single parent, just not a single father, but it's stress on both sides. And how can we work together on all sorts of walks of life, on better co-parenting, on how better individual parenting, how to raise your children, how to get better financially, because it becomes a different strain on you. And all these things that sort of add up do put a lot of stress on your mental health. And people need, if they're in my shoes, it is really hard because you want to do everything you want for your kids and be that providing parent, but you also have to be very smart and disciplined. And I wasn't. I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. And then it's like, ooh, well, actually, daddy's got to start saving some money, but I still want to give them the best life that they can. So that's sort of where things started coming in planning. And then I've lost some friends and some family to mental health. And just seeing that on them was extremely hard as well, because it's stuff that if you haven't gone through or whatnot, how can you be that great support system for the person, right? And that's sort of where some of this does come down to, is how can we be our best versions of ourselves for not only ourselves, but for our children, family, friends, work, people around us. And that's sort of where it sort of all started coming together. Only Dads, again, it's obviously a play on something out there, but it has a better focus and better meaning behind it.
Well, popular like OnlyFans or whatever that I guess started off celebrities, but now kind of morphed into.
Now it's all it's not right? So I was like, look, it's Only Dads Network.
Appropriate for kids, but we're playing on words with that, just trying to get some attention and much better vision mission, I would argue, for sure.
So like, and everyone when I talk to, like, the buns and wiener section, everyone thinks, oh, like, it's the category. Exactly. Everything's a play. To again, if you can't laugh these days, and going back to a comedian I saw was Sugar Sammy, and if you guys have not seen Sugar Sammy yet, I highly recommend him, because he just puts you in a moment of, you just gotta laugh, and he pretty much puts that out there. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's the door, you can leave, because I'm gonna make fun of people, I'm gonna make people laugh. It's gonna be a great night. So so that's sort of what it is. I almost pay tribute a little bit to him, because of how, if you cannot laugh at certain stuff, then how can we really help you, right? So
power of laughter.
Laughter, music, two great things. And again, we had our boy Patrick on there, who made us laugh,
Yeah.
and whatnot. And then we had Jen come on, which was great because that sort of talked a little bit more on the nutritional value of what to offer in life. And you can see on our website too, we're starting to give, now school's out for the summer, but there'll be a whole new package on how to make healthy lunches for kids going back to school. We actually had a local hairdresser. She reached out. She's going to be coming on and providing some tips and tricks on how to do those quick morning braids, those more elegant braids for fathers, right? That don't know how to do hair. It's like look at the real estate up there. I'm not going to be braiding much up here, you know. So how can I help my girls, right? So
So the website for anyone that's new,
hey Matt,
onlydadsnetwork.ca. And the categories are different ways to raise awareness about health and wellness and just life in general. So Mike alluded to some of them, but it's sugar daddies for financial support. There's dad bods for fitness. We have buns and wieners for like cooking and barbecuing. Dreamy dads is for like fantasy sports. We have a section called Ask Your Mom because we really want women involved with the website as well in the nonprofit. So Mike mentioned Jen Pitts, who is a nutritionist that's been on our actual tape podcast. There's clips of Jen's podcast as well as the others right on this Instagram, as well as on our website. And so today we're with the founder, Mike Baisley, who it was really his idea to start this nonprofit out of Nova Scotia. And again, you know, you can join. There is a membership fee. It's $33, and there's a significance, reason why we picked the number 33. And Mike's talked about that before on the first podcast.
So we'll just just in a sec, we'll talk about 33 again, right? So for those who don't know, there's 2,000 suicides daily in the world. That's a lot. It's a very shocking number, and we're in the music industry, or while you're in the music industry, and I like music to really bring me back down and ground me. That there we go.
A little plug.
That's right. You gotta plug it. That's when if you divide 2,000 by 60 minutes, because when we're looking at doing an album, how long it's going to be, it ends up being 33.33. So we stuck at 33, and 33. When I started looking into the actual number, that's how old Jesus was when he was sacrificed.
Spiritual side of it. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
We have 33 vertebrae in our backbone.
Right. Yeah,
so there's a lot of significance that started happening with the number 33 that is sort of all connected. And then literally I remember I was in Toronto and we we're really deciding, like, should we go with 33? And I was at the One King West Hotel, and I got the hotel key and I looked down and I was on floor 33. So I'm like, someone's talking to us, right? Telling us 33.
A message, maybe. Yeah.
It was a message, right? So that's why we try to stick to our podcast, and the live's only going to be 33 minutes. To keep really focused there, right? So
I love that. What a good. I mean, what a great cause. So I mean, you got me involved. That was one thing I was going to ask you. Why did you think of myself to help kind of get things going with this? Like, this was your idea, and then I helped kind of put it together for you. But why did you tap my shoulder first, I guess?
Well, when we're up in Toronto, we're having those wings that time after going to that fun Argos game. Yeah, remember? And that was a pretty cool moment. And then we just started talking, and you like instantly saw the vision there and started dialing in. And I think by the next day we had our OD and
start doing graphic design. Yeah.
You started doing graphic design. I'm like, and like you had the vision, and it sort of paired well with where it was going.
Yeah.
So
we got. So if you go to the website, and it's onlydadsnetwork.ca, and really it's about health and wellness, suicide prevention. There's a whole section on all the resources from Government of Canada, Canadian Mental Health Association, the different divisions, and we've connected specifically with the one out of Nova Scotia currently. I think you mentioned they actually recognize us now on their website, which is great.
They did. So if you go to their website, they've got they have us fully recognized now as the resource place. And that's only going to help us stronger get across to all the different resources across Canada, which is exciting. I was actually just talking to a couple people networked in more of the tourism in Nova Scotia and in Alberta, talking about helping out possibly with some retreats and how Only
Okay.
Dads Network can be a part of that, which is pretty exciting overall for us, right? So
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
vision that we had from years a year ago, and people saying, well, I don't know, to where we are today has
Yeah.
been remarkable. And
Yeah.
again, thank you for your help on your side.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Good cause.
Because yeah, and like you found some great causes for us to help out with. Next week, um, um, I'm off to PEI, and there's actually a place over in PEI that makes bars of soap that helps go towards the Mental Health Association in PEI.
Right.
So I was like, okay, they're great people. Like
Yeah.
again, I'm trying.
PEI Reach
Everything's gonna.
Foundation, that one. Yeah. The
Yeah,
PEI Reach
yeah,
Foundation.
yes,
Yeah. So
correct.
we've
Yeah,
donated $100 to them so far as well.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, so we're just going to keep finding these little places that are doing great causes, great deeds, and work with them. And yeah, it's going to be really exciting
Yeah.
to see where we go.
Yeah.
And again, the goal is to work towards our actual, not live Instagram, but our live event.
Yes.
Because again, we say we want to actually do a concert, so that's something we're going to be looking forward to putting together.
Yeah, so we've got a few people in the like joining us live, and some of them are
Yes.
commenting. So I'm just
Yeah.
responding as best I can. So thank you to anyone that's joined. It was MED or M Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards, Megan. And we got John Popham out there from Kitchener, Ontario. Congrats to the Kitchener Rangers out there for winning the cup, the CHL
Yeah,
Cup.
thank you. Thank you to anyone that's joined.
Yeah.
Like I said, their first time doing a live. So we had a Clovis Gina join.
Yeah.
Is it Megan Edwards you mentioned? That's who it is? Yeah.
Matt
Edwards?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
And
Popham.
then, again, I may not be saying them right because I'm just trying to P.O.
Popham.
Popham
Yeah.
joined. So just hello to all those people that joined so far. That's great. Like I said, this is our first live. And, we're on, my name's Dev Roberts, co-founder with Only Dads Network. Mike is the real visionary here. I did some of the graphic design to get the site going. We leaned on our good friend of ours as well, Peter Holaka, who I met through education. I met him actually years ago at Harvard, of all places, when we were attending a conference at Harvard. I went back and studied Harvard a little bit later in my career, but met Peter on that campus, but he's Canadian. So he helped us get the website started. And now I've kind of taken over it, but
do you want to talk a little bit about the website? Like originally set up the same stuff like MIT, is it not? Like
yes. So we actually have an app as well. So anyone joining on us with our phones today, if you type in the app Mighty Network, so it's just a Mighty Network app. It's an app that was created out of MIT. Many schools, including MIT, use it. So you can use it as like a way to connect with a course or professor. We run it obviously as a nonprofit website, trying to raise money for ourselves and different charities. And so you can join, and I post there every week, 2 or 3 times at least. Sometimes slower, busier than others. June was quite busy because June was actually mental health month, men's mental health month.
It was
recognized now internationally. So I have a whole bunch of stats on suicide prevention and the importance of mental wellness specifically for men, and suicide prevention links as well. And that's really, at the heart of what we're all about, the Only Dads Network. But we want to also just promote health and wellness in general. We have women involved with the website, like I mentioned. Jen, who's a regular contributor, Jen Pitts, is in the Ask Your Mom section, giving us nutrition tips and just health tips in general. So we really want women involved with the website as well. It's really about just raising healthy people with a focus on men's health, because as Mike mentioned, we thought maybe there was, when you look at some of the stats, they're staggering. And we just felt like there needed to be a little more out of Canada to support people.
And we just started the Hall of Fame recently. The Hall of Fame. So
I had a friend that died at a relatively young age, in his 40s recently.